SEF episode 4. I've gotten with me the treasurer of SEF, Doug Prinzy, and we are on October 17th, evening of stage 1 of the Super 6 Super Middleweight tournament. And tonight we saw quite an exhibition with we saw Abraham take out Jermaine Taylor late, which shouldn't have really been a surprise to anyone knowing how Taylor fades. But what was your take on that?
I thought Taylor looked good early on. I was impressed with him. I saw a little bit of the 360 on Showtime, and he said he changed his diet, and he said, you know, that was his goal, to finish strong through 12. And he started off well. I was impressed with him. After 6 or 7, though, it was same old Taylor. Same old story, man. Yeah,
he tends to drop his hands, and Abraham was breaking down the body second half of the fight. And I think we talked about it earlier that Abraham threw these big looping shots all night, and the one straight shot he throws was boom, right on the button, and Taylor's unconscious. But yeah, he left no doubt as to who the better fighter was in that one. So Dirrell and Froch didn't really go the same way. What I would say is that was an example of home cooking on the part of the Sheffield judges. Dirrell definitely brought the fight to Froch. I thought Froch was desperate and engaged in some dirty tactics, some holding, hitting behind the head. But the more powerful shots seemed to be landed by Dirrell, even though the commentators, Tarver, seemed to think that Froch was landing the better shots on the inside. I thought from the outside it was all Dirrell. What do you think?
I thought Dirrell showed a lot of skill and a lot of speed. And I went back and forth this whole fight. I think it started off, and Dirrell, I'd seen him fought Curtis Stevens one other time, and he ran a lot and wasn't really enjoying the Dirrell fight so much. I wanted Froch to hit him, and I think Froch really had a hard time doing that, and I wanted to see Dirrell go down.
The next guy I want to talk about a little bit is Ryan Coyne, who's been pretty inactive over the past year. I mean, he's had some fights locally. It doesn't seem like he's getting the fights that he needs to have as being an undefeated fighter. I thought after the Contender he'd probably get, 5 fights a year, make some money. But it doesn't look to me like the guys who fought on the 3rd season of Contender or the 4th season of Contender are doing that. I mean, are getting the fights they need. I know that Troy Ross fought a guy. I know that Ryan's fought and Gingras has fought. The other guys, Hino and Felix Corey Jr., none of those guys have really fought. So,
I mean, yeah, even Ross has fought one time.
And the guy that Troy Ross fought has fought 3 times since that fight. So. Yeah. It leaves me, I think Ryan needs some TV time immediately. Good looking kid. He works really hard. He's got all the tools to be a successful fighter, but until he's on TV, no one's going to know about him. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully he gets a TV fight here pretty soon. Last but not least, I want to talk a little bit about this kid out of Kansas City who we've been watching some YouTube videos of recently. We saw him fight the weekend of the All-Star game out in St. Louis at Robosky's. His name is Jeremiah Graziano. He calls himself Wyson. Kid's cruiserweight, dynamite hands, good speed. Talk a little bit about what we saw him doing as far as his training on the internet. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I guess probably the most impressive thing to me would be a bench press followed by a sit-up all at one time. What do you think the weight was on that?
It was about 140 pounds.
About 140 pounds. A bench straight into a sit-up. He had a lot of videos out there. If you got some time, check it out.
His YouTube, the YouTube name for that is Beast Training. You check out Beast Training or just type it into a search and you'll find those videos. But he's also got all 6 of his 7 pro fights on there. Check it out. He could be exciting to watch in the future. Again, like all guys who are early in their career and are punchers, he's untested. But he's one guy to watch out for, so keep an eye on Graziano.
A lot of gamesmanship, though. Which he came in with a bow in his hair on one fight. Yeah. I mean, anybody who's obviously posting your training on YouTube for all your opponents to see, it's a pretty good tactic.
Pretty confident. I don't know about the level of cockiness. I've not met the kid myself, but it seems like he's got all the tools to be a successful fighter. And in this day and age with MMA, you've got to be able to knock people out from the opening bell, or at least try for it, and that's what it seems like he's gunning for. So we shall see what happens. That about does it for this week in SEF. If you have any questions or comments, please send them to dpaddock@sefisticuffs.com. Continue checking out the website. We're glad you're there. Until next time, for Doug Prinzy, I'm Dave Paddock. Peace.